Guys, so much for being here tonight. So tonight we are going to talk about the past of Lake Wawasee and Syracuse Lake. We're going to talk about the present, what our center is currently doing here, and then we'll talk a little bit about a vision for the future. All right, so let's start with the past. So we have a great heritage of research right on this lake behind me, and I don't know if you all are aware of that. This lake first started being studied in 1875. That's only 10 years after the Civil War ended. It's right after President Abraham Lincoln got assassinated.
Had groups come and go. It was sporadic. It was snapshots. What we need is a thorough, ongoing, sustainable sort of a study of the lakes. But even with that limited research that we have for the lakes, we can already start to look at some clues for some potential trends, which is what I've been working on for the last year. So we can look at water clarity. Let's start with that one. That's sort of what the visibility is in the water. So over the last 25 years, we have some pretty good data on clarity for both Wawasee and Syracuse. Syracuse Lake is actually getting clearer. It went from an average of around 9 feet visibility up to 12 feet, so about 3 feet increase. Lake Wawasee is actually going the opposite direction. It's getting more cloudy over the last 25 years. It went from an average of around 11 to an average of around 9. We can look at temperature. So you guys all know in the lake behind me, or hopefully you know, there's 2 layers in the summer, right? There's a warm water layer in the top, there's a cold water layer in the bottom. That warm water layer over the last 120 years has shrunk on Lake Wawasee. Oxygen levels. So Lake Wawasee out here about 80 feet deep. In 1912, they measured oxygen down 55 feet until the oxygen ran out and there was no longer oxygen. So most of the lake had oxygen. Now, this last year, we measured it only down to 30 feet. So more than half of Lake Wawasee is without oxygen, and fish can't survive in it anymore. What is blue-green algae? So it's a type of algae that produces toxins that's harmful to pets and humans as well. We can look back in time. 1912, the most common algae species in Lake Wawasee was a blue-green algae called Microcystis. Then in 1954, we had 15 blue-green algae species in the lake. And now in 2015, this past year, we found 30 different species of blue-green algae. So I think you're starting to see that the trends are going in the wrong direction for Lake Wawasee and Syracuse Lake. Talked about the past, let's talk about the present. I'm happy to say because of the Center for Lakes and Streams work, that Lake Wawasee and Syracuse lakes are now the most thoroughly studied lakes in all of the state of Indiana. Our vision for the future of Lake Wawasee and Syracuse Lake is to reverse those trends and instead see cleaner lakes into the future. To do that, we need to not only sustain but also accelerate the momentum that Grace College's Center for Lakes and Streams has. And we need you to join us in that effort.